Hey everybody, I'm Jason Creel and this is the Lawn Care Life. Today I want to talk to you about 5 goals I've got for 2020. Now I did make a video the other day about some other goals, but because I didn't plan it out so well, I came up with some more. And these are some specific ones that I'm trying to accomplish both in my business and in my own personal lawn. So let's get started with those right now. All right, it's a total mud pit around here, but I want to start off with the first goal that I'm trying to accomplish this year, and this is a big one, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. But I've been talking about this for a while now. Apologize for some of the background noise. I can't help it sometimes. But anyway, back there in the back, you can see a big pile of logs. I'm hoping within 3 to 4 months that there's going to be a workshop back there. Now, I'll just be honest, I've never had an actual good workshop. I've had workshops that were adequate. I've rented some space, I've borrowed some space, and I've used just totally inadequate space, but I've never actually had a decent workshop, and I think that is one of my major goals this year. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I went back and forth. I don't like paying stuff. You know, I'm all about just thinking about how can I make more profit in my business, and when you start buying more stuff and building buildings and things like that, that is anti-profit. But there comes a point where you really need a proper space to work out of. So what I decided, I thought about building something fairly large, like a 36 by 48 pole barn that's going to be wrapped with metal and have roll-up doors and all that. But ended up going a little bit smaller again, trying to get what I need and not something ginormous. But anyway, going with the plan is I have my plans drawn up. I have somebody lined up for the concrete, somebody lined up to build it. I've just got to wait till it dries out because it's so wet. I'm having trouble getting the trees hauled off and things like that. But anyway, what I'm trying to build is a 36 by 36 workshop. Again, not huge, but a nice size, and to have a lean-to coming off of that for some extra dry storage that won't be on a concrete slab. Probably just have gravel under that part. So I think that'll be very adequate and just be so much better than anything I've had before. So I'm really excited about that. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2 has to be with people that work with me. This year I have a couple of part-time people. One is very experienced in the lawn care, the other has some experience, but what my goal is to try to very much improve my ability to train someone, because I'm doing a lot of the weed control and fertilization. There's a learning curve, and you can't just send people out there that don't know what they're doing. And so one of the guys working with me, I want to spend more time working with him to really train him to be equipped to be excellent in what he does. I think about sometimes in a sports scenario where the coach just yells out at the player and says, you know, you're doing it all wrong kind of situation. And sometimes obviously the player shouldn't yell back, but in their mind they might be thinking, well, because you've never taught me how to do it right. And I think sometimes we make that mistake. We put people out there without any proper training, and I want to have a real life plan and feel comfortable that when I send him out there, he's going to do a great job because I've trained him to do that. So that's goal number 2 on this video for 2020. Now we've got a lot of personal goals as far as like we're trying to build a house, trying to sell a little lot of land, you know, things like that. But one of the goals on my own personal yard, you see here, look at it here, and believe it or not, it looks way better than it used to. If you hadn't been to follow me, this has been a serious project over the last, I'm gonna say 14 months or so. But right now, just to be honest with you, it's sort of masking some what it really looks like. I just overseeded this with winter ryegrass, and it looks okay. But underneath that winter ryegrass is some very patchy Bermuda grass that I threw out last August, and it did okay, but it ran out of time before the weather cooled off. So one of my goals this year, goal number 3, is to get a full lawn of Bermuda, or at least as much as possible. So there is a good bit of Bermuda hidden under here that I'm going to really work with. You can see over here is more area that's been overseeded, but there's Bermuda there. So I would like by late summer this to be solid Bermuda. And of course, you guys, if you follow me on the channel, you'll probably get to see whether or not we reach my goal or not. And then in the very back there, you know, there's very little Bermuda back there. There was actually some, but through all the clearing of trees and things, some of it has gotten wiped out. So we're getting the trees hauled off, and again, I still want to have a goal of getting that to be mostly solid Bermuda by next fall. And I may have to bring in a little bit of sod. Of course, I'm not going to sod the whole thing, but I can throw out some more plugs and get that going. What's crazy about it is the weather here has been so warm. You can see the ryegrass there. I mean, this is in January, but we've been up around 70 degrees, and you can, let that zoom in there. You can actually see the Bermuda grass is already turning green. I mean, very much green. I mean, not fully green, but I'm just saying we'll probably get I'm sure we're gonna get some more freezing weather next week, so it won't necessarily last, but it's greened up early for sure. Fourth goal, which kind of goes along with number 3, what I want to do with this lawn is I want to actually get the Bermuda going about June, and it starts to grow. I want to top dress it. Now that's kind of not that expensive to do yourself, but very labor intensive. So I'm gonna go through how I'm gonna do it. I can use a tractor or something like that and spread out the piles and then drag it with a chain link fence or something like that. Anyway, I'll figure out the details. But this is, you know, it looks pretty flat, and it is pretty flat. But I want it to be really nice and smooth, and so I think if I do that, it'll be great. So that's one of the things I'm wanting to do in 2020. That'll be goal number 4 on the video. And my 5th goal, and I want to really encourage you guys to do this if you're in the lawn care business or whatever you're doing, but I want to try to take a family vacation this year in 2020. It may not be some long elaborate vacation, but just with my immediate family, to be able to get away and to plan that into the business. You know, it's almost like you gotta make that happen. It just, because you know how it is, sometimes in the lawn business you get real busy and things are going on, and if you don't, you know, just make time for it, the year goes by and you're always got more work to do and more yards to do. So you really gotta make it happen. So these are my goals for 2020. My goal for next week is to have a successful 2020 Lawn Care Life Conference. That's coming up actually January 23rd, 24th. It's presented by Jobber, and it's just north of Birmingham, Alabama. If you want to come, I said this last year, I'll say it again. Hey, if you want to come and the money's the issue, then get in touch with me somehow through a comment, through Facebook, whatever, Instagram. Send me a message and I would be able to help you out with that. We just want people to come, have a good time. We always have good times, great prizes. Exmark is giving away the grand prize, the 30-inch commercial X-Series mower that they've come out with this year, so we're really excited about that. But a lot of other prizes, great speakers, Keith Kalfas, Brian Shane, Alan Hain Lawn Care Nut, and a bunch of other people. Those are just the ones you may have heard of. So I'm excited about the event. I'm gonna play the promo video for you at the end of this. But let me hear from you in the comments on my goals, some of your goals for this year. If you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll try to continue to provide good content for you. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, this is Jason Creel. Let me invite you to the 2020 Lawn Care Life Conference presented by Jobber, January 23rd and 24th in Springville, Alabama, just north of Birmingham. Come see some of your favorite YouTubers, including Keith Kalfas, Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut, and Brian Shane from Top Notch Lawn Care. Have a chance to win some great prizes, including the grand prize, an Exmark 30-inch commercial push mower, the new X Series. Hope to see many of you January 23rd and 24th. I'm looking forward to it.
I'd say there's no better place that you can go to get the tools you need to be successful.
Like-minded people, good networking.
I could not believe how many people were here and how awesome the conversations we had.
I've learned a lot about growing my business more than anything here.
I tell you what, this place could not be any better. We got a lot of great information, a lot of great speakers. The food was awesome.
Jason Creel has done a very, very excellent job in presenting this lawn care conference.
Awesome to meet some of the guys that you follow on YouTube.
You're around like-minded people who also want to grow, and you're listening to people who were just like you who are also growing.
Definitely be coming back next year.